Lucky, and today I'm going to show you how to create a top of mind awareness video ad on Facebook. I'm going to be thankful to Chris Collins, who's allowed me to get into the administrative tools on her Facebook page. And the artwork I'm going to be using are the promos that we create and allow you guys to use anywhere you want. They're great little well-produced videos, 15 seconds long, so it packs a lot of punch in a small amount of time, and you are completely open to use those. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is go over to ERA Docs, and if you see, of course you have to log in, but once you're logged in, you can see in this middle column, you see ERA American Videos to share and view, and there you are. Here you can go and see some older ones which are mostly still relevant, but these are the ones from this year that you are welcome to use, that we actually use in our corporate campaign. And so you just download these here. If you select it, hit download, save it to a place you remember, and you're all set. Okay, so now thank you, Chris, again for letting me use your page as an example. So I'm going to walk you through how to do this. So first thing you want to do is you want to click the button that says Advertise Your Business. Facebook makes this really simple, but there are a couple things. Sometimes it makes it so easy that you have to adjust some things. So Advertise Your Business. Now this is really important and very, very important. Our purpose is to get people to get to know Chris, and we want them to go to her website. Oftentimes we do advertising backwards. We think of a really cool ad we could run, and then we decide what the call to action is. The smartest way to do advertising is to know what you want your consumer to do and build the ad that will best get them to do it. Okay? Now this is a top of mind awareness ad, so you're trying to create emotion, you're trying to attract attention and remind them who you are. So our goal is to get them into Chris Collins' website so that when they are ready to transact, they're already hooked up with her site so that she can be notified and see what they're doing. So we're going to click that call to action, get more website visitors. And what's going to happen? It's going to populate. It's going to actually, you could hit promote and you would have an ad. Facebook does a good job of shortcutting things for you to make it really easy. And what it's done is pulled information off of her website, and that must be either a listing somewhere, a picture on the site, but it's already done this for you, but we're going to make some adjustments and we're going to add a video. That's what I'm here to show you to do. So you want to go to the very top tab, design your promotion, and hit edit. And here's a little trick that I like to use. This pulls off, this is her public facing URL. For some of you, it could be called chriscollins.com. It could be called, captainawesome.com. But as you know, that is a vanity URL that points to the actual website on Zap. And so what I like to do, in any place where the consumer cannot see the URL, I like to use the actual URL rather than the vanity one. And it just makes sure that it just simplifies it for me. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually logged into Chris's Zap site, so I'm going to go here and I'm going to copy this link. And this just ensures that whatever leads come through this site go to you, okay? And it's just a little extra precaution that I like to take. And whenever you make changes, Facebook's going to automatically change your ad. So now this is the default setting is that it's going to be an image, but what we're going to do is add a video instead. So we want to click add a video, and again, it automatically selects the last video that Chris puts up there. So we're going to delete that, and we're going to actually add a video. You can also create a slideshow out of images, but we're going to do a video. So let's select a video, and Facebook gives you all the videos you've done, and you can see she's already run some of our 15-second promos, but we're going to add this. Now I've already downloaded these, so I'm going to choose another one. So I'm going to choose the second Dream Mission promo, And it takes a second to upload, but it's only a 15-second video, so it won't take that long. If you're doing something longer, it's going to take more time. So it's getting it all ready. Now this is awesome. Look at all these videos that she's done. This is great. She's really done a good job of telling people who she is and what she does. Okay, so it's got the video in there. Now we get to create a select a preview image. This is important because it's going to be a thing that people see before it starts to autoplay. And I'm not a fan of the one it chose because that looks kind of weird. So I'm going to scroll through here and find one. This would be a good image. There's no writing on it, but it's cute kids. This would be good too, but it sort of gives away the teaser. So I think we're going to go with this one. But if you're not comfortable with any of these, you can always create a custom thumbnail. I honestly, if you can't, I wouldn't go through that much trouble. They give you so many. This is a 15-second video, and they've given you tons of options. Okay, so you shouldn't have to create anything custom. The next thing we want to do is adjust this text. Again, this is pulled off of what is on Chris's website. Now, here's a little trick. Emojis are a really big thing right now, but when you are creating an ad, unless you have an Apple keyboard that you're using, you can't put emojis in your text, but there's a way around that. So keep this open a new tab, go to Facebook and go where you create a post, and then type type whatever you're going to say. So I'm going to say the market is hot. How can I serve you? Questions are really good in advertising because people have a natural tendency to answer them. But if you'll see this, insert an emoji. So we're going to put maybe somebody with hearts in their eyes. And how about a house? There we go. Okay. So now I just copy this. And then I go back. And I paste, and voila! I have emojis in my ad. So that's a little trick, a little pro tip. Okay, and then down here, for our headline, we're just going to make something simple. I can help you super simple there. Okay. Call to action. Again, what do we want people to do? We want them to learn more, but you have lots of options. Your call to action is critical. Your call to action really should drive your creative rather than your creative driving your call to action. Okay. So there's a lot of things we might want people to do, but learn more is really the best. Now let's come down here to audience. This is not a class. I'm not going to teach you all the ways to target your audience. Suffice to say, the fewer people you send an ad to, the more bang for your buck you get. But the fewer people you send it to, the fewer people you get an opportunity to be in front of. So when you buy advertising on Facebook, that guarantees that people are going to see it once. It's going to be served to people in that, as many people as you pay for one time. How good the content is, how relevant it is, how enticing and engaging that content is, it's what's going to determine how many more times it might get served. Okay, so it's a combination of those two things, but buying advertising does allow you to get in front of people that simply having them like your Facebook page does not. Okay, so it is a very useful part of your marketing strategy. But in terms of audience, we're not going to do any changes to what she's already been doing. Facebook will automatically populate some fields. We've just, an age range of 25 or over, she might want to spend, her money on people who might be more in the market to sell. She could even go higher on that. Maybe it's a real niche market. You can find all kinds of things out about people. The biggest thing is she's targeting geographically. Again, keeping that radius sort of small. You can, these are all things that you can option. You can actually get rid of a radius and just target specific cities. But let's see, she's got some things in here. We're not going to bother with those, but you can learn more. Go to facebook.com/business and you can learn a lot more about different ways that you can target and find different audiences. And the other thing, she's going to run this on Instagram. This is great. The Facebook ad network is not about just being in Facebook. It's about everything that stems off of Facebook, and Instagram is owned by Facebook. So it gives you an opportunity with a clickable ad on Instagram, which is nice. And the fact that these are 15-second promos built specifically for the purpose of allowing you to put them in a lot of different places, okay? And when you click through here, you can see what the ad looks like everywhere it is. And so the next thing, we're not going to do a tracking pixel. This is a top of mind awareness ad. So you put your payment information in, and then really the next thing we need to do, oh, we skipped this. Sorry, we got to figure out the budget. Critical. This is a daily budget, okay? So this is something you want to play with, and it really has to do with, you know, your comfort level in spending. The rule of thumb for me is that if you have to have a process to nurture and convert leads that you pay for. So if you can't handle, if you don't have a way to organize, sort, process, and nurture leads, you know, you don't want to buy a bunch of leads. Now this is a top of mind awareness ad, so we're more concerned with people, you know, getting in front of people, assuming that eventually you'll get them into the top of the funnel. So we're not going to spend, for this purposes of this, we're going to run this for 7 days, and you know, you can choose. We like to do sort of an on and off. We find, particularly with video media, that if you run a concentrated schedule in a short amount of time and then take a little time off and then run another one, that people feel like you're always in front of them, but you're really not. You're being smart about your saturation. So we're going to actually, let's say for 7 days, we're going to run, I don't know, how about we'll do $10 a day. Now, Facebook will tell you how many clicks they estimate based on the audience, okay? So yeah, you're going to get a ton, you might get a ton of clicks here. It's just really up to you. My advice is to test, do a few types of things, see what gives you the best bang for your buck, and go with that. Because this is a test, we're just going to do this, okay? So now we've got everything done. I'm just going to show you. You can click and preview, make sure everything works.
Time after time, I count the ways I love you, girl. You show me that I'm so lucky, so lucky in love, oh yeah.
Yay. Okay, so now click promote. We're submitting your promotion. La la la. Please enjoy the music while your party is reached. Okay, we're all submitted. So before you hit, once you're submitted, you can actually, Facebook is going to review it, make sure it meets all the guidelines. You can make a change here if you see something. You know, I've accidentally put a daily goal that was much higher than I wanted. You can click here and see everywhere it's going. But yeah, this basically shows you everything. So now you hit close, and you're going to receive a notification, and it usually takes it can take 2 minutes, sometimes it takes 10 or 15 minutes, and they'll say, hey, you're ready to go, and then that's it, you're all good to go. And you know, check back in a few days and see if it's working, and I highly encourage you to use some of those promos that we've created for you. Thanks a lot.